Hello, I'm trying to be positive. YouTube are going to change the page again. What does it say? Send feedback. I will. I say leave the fucking pages alone, will you? Don't keep changing them without consulting anyone. Aren't they assholes, eh? And Steve Wordsmith, what the fucking are you on about? Here's me telling you something very large is approaching from behind the sun, Nibiru, and Steve says meteor. For fuck's sake, they fall to Earth every day. You obviously don't know anything about astronomy, do you, mate? Anyway, don't take an S, mate. Because I'm going to bed in a bit. I had a hug from Sam via the internet, kind of thing, you know. Yeah, I could do with a hug, actually. I'll go up and see the lady on the top floor. She'll give me more than a hug. She often said she's going to be, one day she's going to take, I dare say this, one day she's going to take her dentures out and give me the best blowjob I've ever had. Honestly, these old women, raving sex maniacs, aren't they? Oops. Yeah, no, I shouldn't be smoking, but what the hell. The little kid is in the library this morning. Got some more books by the Yorkshire vet James Herriot. Very entertaining reading. And they were singing all the carols, and the staff were dressed up as Santa's elves, is it? In red and green, and all the little kids were singing all the Christmas carols. The first Noel. All he wanted is Rob to accompany him and blast them out the fucking room with his bass. I could have said, hello children, ho 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 ho. Santa's going to tell you a joke. Why hasn't Santa got any children? I don't know. Because Santa only comes once a year, and that's down the chimney. But I somehow feel the kids won't understand that joke, and the adults would no doubt call the police. If I was to come out with jokes like that in front of children, so you know, I'll do what Rob does continuously, bores us to tears with it. Yeah, naughty. I mustn't say things like that. Well, how can I put this? Get ready to call me a scrounging bastard again, Graham. I've got a big fridge freezer, but my little fridge I've had for some time, and I keep forgetting to defrost it, and the ice box is jammed up. Well, Molly, the lady, the family that's clearing the flats, said if you want her new fridge offer, it's frost free. She only bought it 8 months ago. If you want it, have it, otherwise we're going to dump it because we don't want it. So, well, you know, I don't care what my ex says. There was the fucking begging bowl again. I've had it. Somebody carted it down for me, and I've now got a virtually brand new frost-free fridge. I won't need to defrost it. You know, frost-free, because you know what that is, don't you? Yeah, I'm sure you do. And they also offered me a Her cooker, which was also bought new, but mine's alright. And to have a cooker, it means that it's not much different to mine. What I want is a big cooker with a back on it and an eye-level grill. Of course, it's all electric in this block. There's no gas. There's got to be electric. But if I change my cooker, that's what I want. So who else is ready to snuff it? That's got one of them. Steptoe. Donkey donkey donk donkey donk donk. Yeah, thank you very much for your concern, all of you. Yeah, but I soon get other things, you know. Yeah, but I tell you what, I'm itching like mad under my armpits, in my groin, all over. Oh, I could scratch myself to death. Is it the soap powder I'm using? What am I using? Surf. S-U-R-F. I I've used Savlon antiseptic cream, that won't cure it. So the sex mad lady on the top floor has given me E45. She's offered to rub it in for me. I can't do it for her. Fucking hell, if I jump up and down, I'd rattle. The amount of tablets, aren't it? I said to the doctor, you know, can't you cut some of these tablets down? I'm taking 5. No, Mr. Dale, your sugar levels are high, your blood pressure's high, your cholesterol's high. You know, if anything, I'm going to have to give you more tablets. I said, oh my God. I nearly said, oh fucking hell. I don't know. Bloody mess. Yeah, right, I'm going to bed. I've watched your video, Sam, thank you. I know I've got others to watch, I know. Well, I can't get around to it. And Rob, I told you that the Panasonic camera picks up pop music, bass from pop music very well, but not so much from organs. But I'll have another go when she goes out next door. Tomorrow I'm going down the city. I need to get out of here. I shall wrap up well, you know, with long johns and big coat and scarf, hat and gloves and everything. I'm going down the city centre. I was telling the old couple at the end, Len and Rita, you know, his awful tour, poor woman. She was out on the balcony crying one day. She says, "Get in, go on, get in." I told you, didn't I? So you nasty bastard. But I was talking to him yesterday morning, and Rita stands behind him, sort of, you know, pulling faces behind him, you know, going like that. Because I'm trying to talk to Len, and she's standing behind, gesticulating. And she says, I was cold into Arthur. I said, look, Rita, this is what you got to do, and you as well, Len. I listen to me, yeah, go on. I says, in this lovely fresh air, breathe in, take a deep breath in through your nose. When you breathe out, all those feelings inside, if you feel nasty, irritable, Rita, if he's been upsetting you, and I watched his face, I'll keep sticking up for her, I'll stick up for her, and I don't care what he says, nasty bastard. I said, you know, just take a deep breath, breathe through your nose so the hairs in your nose catch any dust, and visualise when you breathe out all those feelings of frustration, anger, any feelings like that, you're breathing them out. And she stood there behind Len going, boy, there's something in that, you know. I mean, you may laugh, but yeah, there's something in that, you know. Sometimes you feel rotten, don't you? And I've been practicing it as well. You know, you must practice what you preach. I'm going out there again in a minute for a fag before I go to bed, and I shall breathe in the cold night air, and as I breathe out, anything inside me that's not very good will come out. So there's something in that, yeah. Yeah, there is. Right. So that's about it, I think. Let me get under the quilt and read a couple of chapters or more if I can stay awake. James Herriot, and I've got another book from the library, because this weekend, as I say, Sunday, I don't even bother going out. These people who die, who do not go into the light, or as Sam would say, they don't go up to heaven, they're earthbound. And this lady, psychic medium, she speaks all about it. Now, I have told you this before. What's the video going on like? And it quickly nip through it for those I haven't told. My father was a bastard, treated my mother like a dog, wiped his feet on her, hitting her. And when I was a kid, lying in bed with brothers, listening to mother crying downstairs, I vowed that when I had children they wouldn't go through what I've had to go through, and I made sure that my children didn't go through that. When mother was dying on the deathbed, father said she ought to be in the bleeding mental asylum. She screamed and tried to climb out the window to get out of his way. He's a bastard. And when she died, we all moved away and left him alone. And he fell, hit his head, and he never came out of the coma. That was judgment on him. God's judgment, weren't it, Sam? Hey, if he'd have treated his wife, my mother, better, she would have been there to care for him. Right? I drove the minibuses. I'm blowing me ash about Lork. I drove the minibuses, picking disabled children up, taking them to school and bringing them back again. You know, lovely children, you know, always very cheerful despite a lot of them were disabled, you know, different forms of disability. Morning, Arthur. Morning, darlings. And if somebody, when I drive on the bus, if a car driver let me out, I put my hand up and say to the kids, wave to the nice lady or the nice man, and all the kids, you know, all cheerfully waving. And Doc Spray, I had to pick the escorts up. I was just a driver. I didn't touch children at all. I just drove the minibus. And she says, pick up Peter at the bottom of your crescent. I said, Peter, she says, I don't know. So I saw this youth at the bottom of the crescent, just outside here. And I picked him up. I says, oh, I live at the core. He says, oh yeah. I said, so you live up the crescent, do you? He says, yeah. I says, oh, what number? He says, 18. I says, well, that's our old family home. I says, you know, I spent a large part of my young life in that house at 18. He says, oh, really? I said, Peter said it's haunted. I says, is it? He says, yeah, an old man. He says, we've asked around, and his name's Dale. D-A-L-E. I says, well, my name's Dale. He says, is it? I says, yeah. He says, well, my dad died in that house. I quickly ran through and told Peter what I've just told you. So I got some photographs of father, and I walked up the crescent, and he was in there with his mother and sister, and I showed them the photo of my dad, and they said, yeah, that's him, they've seen him. Now this is getting fucking freaky. And they said, it don't bother us, he seems quite harmless. He's earthbound, isn't he? The kind of person he was, he would not be allowed to go into the light, the way he treated my poor old mother. And someone said to me, stay away, keep away, which was good advice. But then shortly after that, some time ago, I saw Peter's father coming down the crescent to the shops, and I said, how's Pete going on? Oh, right, I says, yeah, he was my escort on the minibuses. I said, he told me one day about your house being haunted, and his father said, oh yeah. I thought his father might have said, yeah, don't take notice of it. He says, oh yeah, it is. He says, we get visitors, and they often say to us, who's the old man looking out the window? He says, we haven't got an old man in here, only the ghost. And I thought, well, you know, how can you get your head around something like that? I mean, what do you think? Do you think I'm talking cobblers? Well, I've just told you exactly what happened. It seems my late father's still up there, earthbound. It's not gone into the light, so I'm staying away. I don't go up there. I don't need to. It's a cul-de-sac anyway. I've no reason to go up there. But that's a true story. Yeah. So what do you think? Hey? Let me get to bed. Wash a few pots up. Go to bed. Right. That's it. I'm off. See you. Cheers. I'm looking at send feedback. I'll click on that in a minute. Right. Cheers. Ta-ra.